for joining me today. My goals with this video is to show you an unboxing of Sunbasket meal delivery kits so you can see what it looks like inside, and then let you know what I think about it as a solution for busy families who are looking to eat healthier. Thanks so much for checking it out. Hello, I'm Amy from Cooking with a Full Plate with my not so helpful helper here. You say hi? We got our first Sunbasket order today and we are here to unbox it and see what we've got inside and see what the packaging looks like. What do you think? Should we try it out? Yes. Oh, so scary. Okay. So our Sunbasket order, it arrived a couple of hours ago now and we're just getting to it, so we're gonna see how it held up. Something that I'm really excited about with Sunbasket, my understanding is that they are really into the sourcing of their products and the flavor of their food. So that's what we're here to test out, to see how this service would work for families who are aspiring to eat healthier, which is the folks that I talk to most often, and also applies to my family. So we're really excited to try this out. Are you excited to try it out? Yes, yes, we're both very excited to try this out. The thing that I have not loved about other meal kits sometimes is that I don't know where their meat and seafood is coming from. And with my background working at Whole Foods and knowing the things that I do about sourcing, it's just really important to me that I understand where my meat and seafood products are coming from. And so I'm super curious to find out whether Sunbasket will be a solution to the challenge I've had with some other meal kits in not really understanding where their products come from. So the first thing we got is this Sunbasket week of February 26th magazine. Interesting. So what's cool about this that I'm noticing is that you actually get the recipes for all the meals you could have selected from, versus in Blue Apron, I remember you just get the recipes for the one that you ordered. So to me that's interesting because it's almost like this becomes a little cookbook for you, like pork katsu with black garlic mayo. And I know I didn't order that, but maybe it makes it so that you could replicate the meal at home. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to try this out to find out. Yeah, you wanna hold this? I honestly don't even remember what we ordered, so let's find out. Okay, so we have this recyclable Recycle Me. I'm filled with eco-friendly recycled paper designed to keep your food cold and fresh. That's cool. And then we're gonna start pulling things out. So this looks like Treviso maybe? What do you think that is? That's not for eating. It is for eating, but it's not for eating the way that it is right now. We've got some organic chard. Oh, that's cool. It has this little label, and this is definitely organic, USDA organic. That's kind of cool. All right, let me show you what else we've got in here. And I'm obviously doing this one-handed. By the way, the whole reason I need a meal kit is because kids. So what I'm hoping is that this will prove something that's useful for busy families, and that these are meals that we could all enjoy together, and that they feel really healthy. And that's what I'm gonna be looking for as I cook these meals, and I'm gonna come back to you probably next week with a review. So they come like this. So a whole meal, I got 3 meals for 2 people is the order that I placed. And they come all packaged in here, I guess, besides the produce that's too large. So this is Italian sausages with warm cauliflower salad and artichoke romesco. That sounds like something I would pick. I believe that I ordered that. We have Creole chicken jambalaya. That's definitely something I would have picked. And chard enchiladas with pinto beans and Mexican simmer sauce. I'm super excited about those. So those are the 3 meals. And what do we got? Under here, goodies are near. So then I have this little, look at those cute little fish cutouts. I love that. So a little layering. I'm making a total mess because I'm doing this one-handed, but you could do this much better. Oh, so this is really cool. So what they've done is they have like these chicken thighs. And what does it say? Sunbasket, responsibly raised, no antibiotics ever, no added hormones, chicken thighs, boneless and skinless. So not organic, but no antibiotics ever and no added hormones. And so that's there, and I also got, oh, my sausages. Paleo mild Italian sausage. Oh Oh my goodness, I'm being attacked by a monster. Monster. And then down here, it says 98% water and 2% non-GMO cotton. Let me see if I can give you a shot of this. Ah, you're so scary. So that's really cool packaging. In my daily harvest meals, I got dry ice, which made sense because it's a frozen product. But because I'm bad at reading instructions, I almost touched it. So it's cool to know that this is like kind of family friendly and that you don't have to worry about dry ice. And they have this eco-friendly ice pack made from those things. So that's the whole pack. I'm gonna be ambitious and do one more thing, which is unpack one of these. Let's see, do we have a comment? Oh, someone watching, hello. Let's unpack the shard enchiladas with Mexican simmer sauce, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like in here, and then we're going to pick what we're going to make for dinner, and I'll record a video of that I can share with you guys later as part of my review. So, mild green chilies, these are really cool containers. I like these because it feels like I could use them again. It says sourced with love, which is adorable. I'm sorry, I have so much light here, which is not usually my problem, but you can barely see the label on Facebook Live. Organic cilantro. Organic white rice. This is like the tiniest package of rice, but you know, yes, it's more packaging than you would normally have because you wouldn't be buying things in individual servings. That's part of the deal with meal kits, I find. It looks like poblano pepper, an onion. Ooh, organic cooked pinto beans. I love that these beans are already cooked, and they might just be canned, but these actually look pretty fresh. You want to try a bean? Helper dude? Yeah, these do not look like they came out of a can. They look like they were cooked fresh. You want to try one? What do you think? They don't taste canned either. That's pretty cool. It would be really easy for them to just send canned products. So the fact that this isn't is pretty neat. And, ooh, my bag. Sunbasket Mexican simmer sauce base. So I got a base of sauce that I don't have to do anything with, which is neat. And again, I will totally use these containers again. So just real fast, as the last thing on this unboxing, I want to see if I can tell you what the assembly of this looks like, just so you can have an idea. So, really? You want more beans? Okay, one bag serves 2 people, which is great because my kids totally won't eat shard enchiladas. They'll be maybe having some of these beans for dinner. Connor certainly will. And let's see what I'm gonna do. Cook the rice, blanch the shard leaves, so I'm gonna be sticking those in boiling water and then in cold water. I'm gonna prep and cook the vegetable filling, so it looks like I'm gonna have to chop up these things and cook it. And then I'll assemble the enchiladas by cutting out the stems and wrapping the filling inside the enchiladas, finishing the rice, and serving the stuffed shard leaves and sauce on top of the rice. So that's it. Let's see. Oh, and I love this. So it comes with a picture, and then it comes with the instructions, and then it has one like assembly picture. Hopefully you guys can see that. And then it says hack your basket. If you're not up for enchilada assembly, which is the first thing I thought, like that sounds like a huge pain in the behind. It's easy to make a deconstructed version. Skip step 2 and instead cut the uncooked shard leaves and stems crosswise into thin ribbons. I'm gonna not have enough pinto beans at this rate. And then stir the shard in with the beans, don't mash anything. So that's really cool. I love that they gave a hack for something easier, and I think right off the bat, that would make this a great, that would make this really user-friendly for busy families. So I'm gonna make this tonight, and I'll take some pictures, and maybe I'll take some video. You saying hi? And we'll come back next week, and we'll give you a full view of what we thought, right? You saying hi? Can you say bye-bye? One of the things that's really cool is in your delivery, you'll get a magazine a lot like this. It actually has all of the meals that were available for order for the week, which I love because I feel like I'll have a better idea of what each thing is when I potentially go to make it in the future. And I have turned to page 20 of my booklet, which is the Creole Chicken Jambalaya, which is the meal that I've decided to make tonight. I showed you this earlier, but basically everything comes in a bag like this. And then the chicken comes separately packed right above the ice, which is awesome because it kept it nice and cold, even though I didn't pick up my box for a couple of even though I didn't pick up and unpack my box for a couple of hours after receiving it. So it definitely was nice and cold, and then I've been storing it in the freezer. So let's take a look at this. This is the Creole Chicken Jambalaya, and it says it's gluten-free, lean and clean, dairy-free, and soy-free. I love the way that Sunbasket categorizes different meals, and I think this is especially awesome for people who are looking for family-friendly meals because they have a whole category where they say if something is family-friendly, and lots of the people who come to me at Cooking with a Full Plate are busy because they have families that they're taking care of and want to feed better. So I really like that feature. It says it's going to take me 35 to 50 minutes, so we'll see if that's true. It's 7:27 right now. Let's see where we end up. 520 calories per serving, and I got the 2-serving version. Let's see, it has like a cute little description that I won't read to you, and then basically tells me what's in my bag. And on here it says from your pantry you need salt and pepper and olive oil. And then it also tells me the tools I'll need. What else does it say on here? There's nutrition per serving. I love that it lists added sugars, which is something that I don't think has fully rolled out yet in food labeling, but they do list there's 13 grams of sugars, but no added sugars, 0 grams. So that's a really cool feature that I appreciate. And it makes it really easy to know what you're eating. I always appreciate like a clever preparation scheme when I'm using a meal kit. After all, I think one of the benefits of meal kits is that you might learn a new technique, or that there might be like a hack or shortcut that you aren't already using. And so I love thinking of these as a means to teaching better food preparation. And so this rice straining technique is something that says to me like, well, maybe Sunbasket really has that down. I haven't been so impressed by some other brands. So we'll see what I think as we go along. So one thing I know I always like to see, and I always list in my meal plans, is can I store things together in the same bowl? Because there's nothing, as a busy mom, I hate more than dirtying more bowls than I need to. So I'll be curious to see if they tell me that certain things can go together because they're actually used together. What I'm trying to say is like if the onion and celery are going to go in together, I'd love to know that they can go in the same bowl. No, it doesn't tell me that level of detail. And because I have you guys here cooking with me, I'm not going to spend the time to read it. So we're going to dirty some extra bowls today. It's the price of doing things on videos. I am impressed by their eye towards detail of what's actually going to work in your kitchen with all the variances. That is not an easy thing to do. 24 minutes into cooking right now. It feels like some of that has been me talking at the camera, so probably more like 20 minutes, and they said this was going to take 35 to 50 minutes, so I'm guessing that that's about right, which is not too bad, but it is kind of hands-on, like I have to stand here and do something every few minutes. So that's just something I'm noticing as I think about you busy parents out there who might be interested in this service. Also, I love that they talk about like not adding all the Tabasco or only using half of it or maybe not using any of it. That makes it feel like I could really customize it to my family's spice preferences, which I know is especially strong with kids. As I'm looking at this, I just want to show you a couple of other cool things that they have because I really like these tips they have in the corner. This is something I haven't seen before in the services that I've used. They have make it ahead, so you can make the jambalaya a day ahead, let cool and covered, refrigerate. When ready to use, gently rewarm, stirring in water 1 tablespoon at a time if you need to loosen the sauce. And I just really love that because I feel like as busy families, we definitely need make ahead options, and so that was really cool to see. And I would love to see them actually, oh, they noted up here, bake it ahead above the Creole Chicken Jambalaya. So that's a super cool feature, especially for you busy parents out there. The make it leaner, it says you can stretch this dish into 3 portions and they each are 350 calories and 8 grams of fat. Kind of obvious because, hello, like you can always make more portions out of something, but not obvious to everyone. So if you need a little guidance, that's kind of cool, and they do the calculations for you. And then it says kids can add water to the rice, stir the parsley leaves, strip the parsley leaves, and garnish with the parsley. And I just think that's super fun. This isn't specifically a kid recipe, it's not specifically a kid service, but the fact that they are giving ideas of how you can start involving your kids in the kitchen is just, I love that. I'm really liking this so far. We'll see where I end up. From a business perspective, I really admire that Sunbasket has not given you the exact quantities for everything you would have had in the recipe if you had gotten it, because that means that you're more likely to order through them. From a customer perspective, I don't love that as much because it means it's harder to replicate these things in my own kitchen if there's something I really love, or if there's something that I'm like, darn, I wish I had gotten that thing and I didn't, and now I want to make it. I would have to be a little bit more creative about hacking together the quantities. It's been 32 minutes. Told me I could take 35 to 50 minutes, so I'm gonna come in right at the lowest end. And you know what, they were right. You really couldn't do it any faster than that because the steps just take time. But if your chopping takes a little bit longer, or you don't necessarily feel as comfortable multitasking, I think that's where the 50 minutes really comes in. And I like that they give that range so that you're not expecting something that's not realistic. So I tried this meal kit the week of February 26th. And my goal today is to let you know what I think of Sunbasket meal delivery as a solution for busy families who want to eat healthier. So when I do these reviews, I love to break them down into different components so that you can understand what I liked or disliked about different services from all kinds of different perspectives. So I'm going to do the same today with Sunbasket meal delivery, and we're going to talk about a few different elements and what I thought. My rating scale is 0 stars to 2 stars, and that's mostly because sometimes I have my son with me, and that seems like as broad of a range as a 3-year-old could handle, huh? Okay, so first let's talk about taste. I thought the taste of Sunbasket was really awesome. I've tried other meal kit services before, and I thought that the food was kind of mediocre in that it wasn't better than I would normally make at home, even on a random weeknight. But Sunbasket really had an awesome balance of flavor in all of their dishes, and I thought that they were pretty creative too. So in terms of taste, I'm giving Sunbasket a 2-star rating, which is my highest rating. Let's go on to price. So for price, I give Sunbasket a 1-star rating, and I'll be upfront with you that the price of most of these meal delivery kits is my major holdup in utilizing them on a more regular basis. So Sunbasket is not unique from that perspective. I did really appreciate that Sunbasket is super careful in their sourcing, and that you even have options to upgrade to like organic meats or different sustainability ratings for the meat options that they provide, and that's a really cool feature. But I did find the price kind of steep. So if you get 2 meals per week that serve 2 people, you pay $12.99 per person. If you get 3 meals that feed 2 people, it's $11.99 per serving. And for 4 meals for 2 people, it's $10.99 per serving. While I don't think that those prices are outlandish, especially knowing the sourcing standards that Sunbasket is utilizing, I did feel like I could probably go out to dinner for the 2 of us and get a meal for $12.99 each, that wouldn't be that hard, especially if we did like Thai takeout or something. And while I know that the quality of the products and the healthfulness of the products that Sunbasket provides is superior to that level of takeout, for a meal that I wasn't planning to be really fancy or indulgent, it felt just a little bit pricier than I would normally like to pay. On top of that, when I think about other families who have, say, 4 kids who are eating 4 full portions of the meals, it feels like it would be a lot to pay even like $44 for a meal for your family. And probably most of the recipes on my page would come in much under that for a 4-serving portion, and they're fast and easy as well. The benefit with Sunbasket, of course, is that they send you all the ingredients, they send you the recipes, you don't have to meal plan. But if you wanted Sunbasket to take care of everything for you and you were getting even, let's say, 4 dinners per week for 4 people, that would be almost $44 per meal times 4, which is math that I won't do on camera right now. In terms of nutrition and quality, I'm giving Sunbasket a 2-star rating. And that's my highest rating, and the reason that I loved the way that Sunbasket laid things out is a few-fold. So I'll tell you about it. So this is the book that comes in your meal kit, and I imagine it comes every week. I only got this 1 week. It's really cool because they have like a market watch in the front, which I thought was a nice perspective from quality. It made me feel like they really know where their products are coming from. I also mentioned that online they do offer the option to upgrade to, say, like organic chicken in some cases, or sustainable seafood. And while the price is a little bit higher on that, I think for people who are really into that, to have that option was a cool way to have customers put their money where their mouth is, which is something I always appreciate. I loved that each meal has the nutrition per serving information clearly outlined below, So that was a really neat feature. And then it also has some really clear details up here. And they say vegan, dairy-free, soy-free, Mediterranean. And these are all things that you can select by when you're selecting your meals online as well. And then it tells you the time it's going to take to cook, the calories per serving, so you can see that right off the bat if that's important to you. So nutrition and quality, definitely 2 stars. It was really cool to see that the way that they have this all come together. And I really got the sense that the way the recipes are written is super efficient and also likely written by chefs who have a lot of experience in the kitchen. So I could see how if you did Sunbasket delivery for a while, that you might up your skills in the kitchen just while making meals without consciously thinking like, I am getting better at cooking right now. And I really appreciate that. It's something that I'm super passionate about. As far as packaging goes, I'm giving Sunbasket a 1-star rating, which is probably the highest that I could ever picture giving a meal kit delivery, because the challenges in it are just inherently difficult, in that they are sending you lots of different ingredients and they're packaged individually. So the cool thing about Sunbasket is that all of their packaging is recyclable from like the box that it comes in, and they have this really awesome ice pack that had 98% water and then 2% organic cotton, I believe it was, and it didn't get all watery and melt when it melted, and I thought that that was a really neat feature. It really appeared that they had spent a lot of time thinking about the way that things are packaged, and if you're interested in seeing more of that, you can check out my unboxing earlier in this video. I also love that things came in little reusable containers. So I actually saved this so that I can use it later, and it has the little label on it still, but I will totally put some leftovers in here sometime and use it again. And that was a really neat feature as well. On the flip side, the reason they didn't get 2 stars is because there is a lot of packaging. As I said, I think this is inherent to the nature of meal kits. It's my biggest drawback in deciding whether to do a meal kit long-term for my family or not, and that might be important to you as well. And then my final rating criteria is ease of use, and I'm giving 2 stars to Sunbasket for ease of use. As I mentioned earlier, their instructions are really straightforward. They are thoughtfully laid out in that they don't ask you to, say, chop everything at the beginning. They have you prep some things that are really needed, then you cook something, and then there's like, in this one, you're making a cucumber salad while the mushrooms and eggplant are cooking. And I think that's something that a lot of folks don't necessarily have the skill set to do on their own at home, but if you want to make this Mediterranean mushroom eggplant flatbreads with cucumber salad meal in 30 to 45 minutes, it's what you're going to need to do. Speaking of the time frames, I also found that the time frames were super accurate, meaning they all took me on like the low end of the time frame, which I would expect, but I really would anticipate that someone like my husband, who's a little bit slower in the kitchen, love you honey, that he would still be able to complete these meals in the max amount of time that they outlined. And I think that that's just like good business, is to tell people the honest truth about how long things are going to take. A couple of other things that I loved about Sunbasket is they have these cool other features. So for example, in the chard enchiladas, which involved a lot of like blanching leaves and then cooling them and then wrapping filling inside of the leaf itself, which can be a little bit tricky, they had a hack your basket tip for how you could make it even faster by skipping the rolling step, and I really loved that feature, and I thought that it would make it more accessible to more people who might not want to sit around rolling up leaves of chard. The other thing I love is that they have some ingredient IQ. They talk about Market Watch, which felt really in line with their priorities as a business. And then they had a kids can section. So in this udon noodle salad with some other things, they say kids can time the udon noodles, add the oil to the udon, and help assemble the bowls. And for those of you who are looking for a meal kit option for your families, I thought that that was a really cool feature and a great way to help parents think about how they can incorporate their kids into cooking and maybe even get more help in getting dinner done faster by sharing quick, easy things that kids can help with. And frankly, I think the kids could probably help with more, but that's a discussion for another time. So overall, what did I think about Sunbasket for families? If you're looking for a meal kit option that's healthy, easy to make, and tastes awesome, that Sunbasket is a really good solution. The most major drawbacks of the Sunbasket meal kit were the price, which I felt like was a little bit high, but in line with all of the other meal kit solutions out there, so it's something you'll just have to come to grips with if you decide to go in that direction, and then the amount of packaging that's inherent in getting a meal kit delivered to you. I'd love to hear if you have tried Sunbasket meal delivery, or if you try it after this. Down below, I'm going to share my link for getting $25 to $40 off your first delivery, and I hope that you'll let me know what you think of it. Thanks so much. Bye.